Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Desiree. If you're new, Evolution Des 2.0. I had to reinvent myself with my second part of my life after my cancer journey and not being able to work any longer. I had to reinvent myself and just try to find my calling in the second part of my life. So I like to play around with YouTube. It's been a while since I've been on. Whole lot of changes that have happened the past few months, and we'll get into that later on. I wanted to talk to you guys about Stockholm Syndrome and how it relates to narcissism. Now, if you're a victim of narcissism or a toxic person, then you know it's a nightmare. You just feel like you're going crazy. You're confused, dazed and confused for sure. It's really nothing that I would wish on my worst enemy. Being involved with, married to, or boyfriend, girlfriend, or brother, sister. I mainly am focusing on relationships. Because, I mean, there's obviously lots of channels. You know, you can watch, you know, different things for, like, you know, if your mom was a narcissist, or your dad, or your brother, or your sister. I was obviously raised by a narcissist who was my father, who was very abusive for many years. However, that's not what this video is about. But I wanted to talk about Stockholm Syndrome, and it's not talked about because it's codependency, trauma bond. There's so many not cliches, but so many terms that are used that are actually real things that we suffer from when you're with a narcissist, especially if you're with a narcissist for over, you know, like a long period of time. Now, mainly Stockholm Syndrome, what happens with Stockholm Syndrome, and this isn't just with narcissists. This is also with let's say somebody, you know, has kidnapped somebody, and, you know, they're with that person, their captive person, for, you know, I don't know, a month or 6 months or a year. After a while, when you're with that abusive, whether it's a narcissist or toxic person, we're going to use narcissist because that's what we're talking about. What happens is, and people say, why did you stay so long? And why didn't you leave? There's so many reasons why people can't leave. And it's men and women. But I mean, there's financial reasons. There's some people have kids and they can't go. It's not, you know, ideal. It's not like doable. You know, you can't, maybe you're a housewife and, you know, your husband's the sole provider. You know, there's lots of different reasons why people don't leave. Also, you know, you don't want your marriage to fail, your relationship to fail. I mean, who does? You know, you want that to be the last result. But if you're being abused, you know, and I'm telling you, when you're abused by a narcissist, you really have to be detailed. Keep documentation of your abuse, dates, times, what happened, what was said. Because it is so hard to describe narcissistic abuse, because the majority of it is verbal, mental, emotional abuse. And that is like the main. And they like to get in your head, and they play with your heart. They play with your emotions. They make you feel insecure. They make you feel less than, you know, they want all the praise. Like they're like God, you know, they're a step down from God. They want you to do everything, and everything with them is a contradiction. What's good for me is not good for you, or vice versa. You know, they can do whatever they want. Everything they do is justified. You know, so then you have you know, you get dependent upon them. You're codependent. You know, you got the trauma bond going. There's all these deteriorating mental things that happen to us who are either victims of, or you're survivors, or you're on your way out, or you're, you know, freshly out, hopefully out in one way or another. But Stockholm Syndrome is when you start to identify with your abuser, you know, because 9 times out of 10, your abuser is also the same person who feeds you, hopefully, you know, the same person that provides for you. And, you know, they're not always mean. They throw you a breadcrumb of kindness or love and affection, you know, here and there. And because you're so starved for affection and for, you know, attention, because they starve you of, you know, positive love and affection or attention. They love bomb the crap out of you. So you're like, wait a minute, you know, they love me, but then they're neglecting me and they're not talking to me, or they're talking down to me, or they're yelling in my face, and, you know, you can't speak. You're walking on eggshells. After a while, you start to identify with and you get positive feelings. I guess I could just say like positive feelings. You know, I can't say you're in love with that person. You might be, but, you know, maybe at one point, narcissists, I don't think, are capable of actually loving people. They say they love, they want to love, they're in love with the idea of love, but I really don't think they could actually feel the feeling of, oh my God, you know, butterflies, I'm so in love, and, you know, it's just puppies and rainbows. And it's not like that with the narcissist. And if it is, it doesn't last that long. But Stockholm Syndrome is a real thing. I have dealt with it. I have struggled with it for many years because I'm a survivor of childhood abuse, and it happened for so many years, leading to toxic relationships, narcissist, like multiple narcissists, and, you know, it's all I knew. So subconsciously, sometimes we attract people who are like our abuser, you know. I tend to attract people who are like my father was. You know, he was a functioning drug addict, alcoholic, narcissist, bipolar on steroids. Sadly, but it's true. And, you know, I never could really hate my dad. And that's another video. But that's one of the reasons that people don't leave. They forget, they leave Stockholm Syndrome out of the equation. That is a real thing. I really want you guys to look into Stockholm Syndrome. And if you're male or female or whatever, and you're struggling, you're confused, and you don't know, why do I love this person? Why do I still want, you know, to be intimate with this person? Or, you know, why do I not hate this person? And, you know, why can't I just hate this person? And why can't I just, you know, you can't tell anybody no. You know, you don't want to tell them no. If you tell them no, you know, it's the wrong thing. There's nothing you can say. You can't do anything right. You can never, ever fulfill the narcissist's appetite, ever, because nothing's ever going to be enough for the narcissist. But some women and men don't leave because they're struggling and suffering with Stockholm Syndrome. Okay? It's a lot of work. It's a lot of therapy. It's a lot of research. I do my own research. I've done it for years. And I have a lot to say about narcissists and toxic people. I've lived it my whole life. And I have, unfortunately, a whole lot of intimate relationships with narcissists. But I really want people to, look into Stockholm Syndrome, along with the trauma bond and the codependency and all that stuff. All that stuff's real. And the narcissists, they have this grandiose idea that, you know, they're above everybody. They know more than you. They know more than the specialist. You know, they're the smartest person in the room. They can talk you under a table. I mean, you say it's black, they're going to say it's white, even if it is black. You know, anything, they're going to rebut you, whatever you want to call it. But Stockholm Syndrome is a real thing, and I don't think narcissists even, I think most narcissists, do they know? Some do know, because I do follow a couple channels that they are narcissists, and they explain, like, from their point of view, you know, how narcissists, you know, how they think, you know, why they think the way they think, and why do they feel the way they feel. Most narcissists will end up with an empath. And when you're abused for many years, and as a child, you become a people pleaser. So you don't want to upset your dad. You don't want to upset, you know, whoever it is that's your provider, your abuser, your whoever. You don't want to upset them. So you're a people pleaser, right? And so the narcissist that you get together with picks up on that. Oh, tell me a little bit about yourself. Oh, so I went through this. And they make you feel really safe that you can tell them anything, right? Because they're going to protect you, and God sent them to protect you. And so you're sharing all this stuff, you know, all your heartaches and the things that have happened to you. Well, they're storing that up in their little memory bank so that they can use it as bullets later on in the relationship. So do they know about Stockholm Syndrome? No, they might. One or two might happen to see this video and say, ooh, Stockholm Syndrome. Okay, I'm going to put that one down on my little, when I go to, you know, interview my next victim, I'll know the answers to that. But research Stockholm Syndrome. Sometimes people can't leave because they're struggling with that, on top of multiple other reasons, which is mainly financial, and you still love the person. You know, we didn't fall in love with the narcissist knowing they were a narcissist. We didn't know that when we got together with them. That didn't come till later, right? Till you're married, till you have kids, till you buy a house, till you're so entangled with that person that it's kind of too late in the game. All those red flags that you were seeing, yeah, you were seeing them as pink or orange, or that wasn't really a red flag, was it? No, I think I'm just being paranoid. I think I'm just, you know, don't trust my own judgment. If it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. Look up Stockholm Syndrome and how it relates to narcissism. I have a ton of narcissist videos that I'm going to be doing, but I just wanted to put this one out there because that is one of the reasons that women and men, mainly women, from what I've, you know, researched and talked to, and I know what I'm saying because I am a survivor and a victim, but I don't live with the victim mentality. So anyway, give this video a thumbs up if you guys liked it. Leave me your comments, your questions, your suggestions down below. If you're with a narcissist, if you know somebody, if you're trying to get out of a relationship, and if you're confused about the feelings that you have, if it's not trauma bond and it's not codependency, and you can't understand why you love this person and why, you know, why am I protecting this person? Like, he's abusing me, you know, he's yelling at me, he's screaming at me, he's, you know, it has me shaking in my boots, I'm sick to my stomach every day, I can't sleep, I can't eat, my hair's falling out. Well, chances are you're with a narcissist, and it's not good. No bueno. So keep an eye out for my videos to follow, because there are going to be multiple videos. But if you're confused and you don't know what you're feeling, it could be Stockholm Syndrome. Okay, you're not crazy, and you're not alone. God, you are not alone. There's so many people out here. You would be surprised how many people are struggling with being with a narcissist, being abused by a narcissist. And congratulations to all the survivors who are finally at the other end. You know, you've already gotten through the hard part of it. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not already. And after I pop out a few of these videos, I think I'll get a few more subscribers. So I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.